Iran no longer has an air defense, any sort of a comprehensive air defense system. We own their skies.
In a bold, high-intensity nighttime raid deep inside Iranian territory, a joint U.S. task force consisting of DevGru Navy SEAL Team 6, Delta Force operators, and elite paratroopers from the 101st Airborne Division has completely destroyed a secret Irq nuclear enrichment and missile development facility located in the mountains near the Strait of Hormuz. The strike has severely damaged Iran's ability to produce advanced missile fuel and nuclear components, delivering a major strategic victory for the United States in the ongoing crisis. The target, codenamed Mountain Shadow, was a heavily fortified underground complex built into a steep mountain ridge just 21 kilometers from the strait. For months, the Irdi had used this hidden site to enrich uranium, develop missile warheads, and manufacture high-performance drone fuel. Intelligence indicated the facility was only days away from reaching a dangerous new capability that could dramatically escalate attacks on commercial shipping in the Hormuz region. U.S. Central Command made the call. The site had to be destroyed before it became fully operational. The mission was one of the most complex joint special operations ever conducted in the region. DevGru would lead the primary assault and sensitive site exploitation. Delta Force would focus on high-value target captures and intelligence recovery. The 101st Airborne Division would provide the heavy combat power, securing the perimeter, blocking reinforcements, and holding the high ground during the operation. The operation began at a forward airbase in the way under the glare of powerful floodlights. C-17 Globemaster III aircraft stood ready on the tarmac with their massive rear ramps lowered. Loadmasters coordinated carefully as forklifts pushed heavy pallets loaded with ammunition, medical supplies, demolitions, communications gear, and water into the cavernous cargo bays. Paratroopers from the 101st Airborne Division methodically rigged their T-11 parachutes, checked their weapons, and stowed rucksacks filled with extra magazines, grenades, night vision equipment, and medical kits. The mood was focused and professional. Every soldier knew this was not a training jump. DevGru and Delta Force operators moved with quiet intensity. They packed suppressed rifles, breaching charges, advanced night vision devices, and sensitive exploitation kits into their assault packs. The entire force boarded the C-17s with calm efficiency. The ramps closed with heavy metallic thuds. One by one, the heavily loaded Globemasters taxied down the runway and lifted into the night sky. The formation climbed high before descending to low-level flight to avoid radar detection as they crossed into Iranian airspace. Inside the aircraft, the tension was thick. Paratroopers checked their static lines repeatedly. DevGru and Delta operators sat in silence, mentally rehearsing every phase of the assault. As the C-17s approached the drop zone in the rugged mountains, green lights flashed inside the cabins. Jumpmasters gave the commands: stand up, hook up, check equipment. Hundreds of paratroopers exited the aircraft into the cold rushing wind. Parachutes bloomed open against the black sky as the 101st Airborne Division dropped straight into hostile territory. The moment the paratroopers hit the ground, they gathered their equipment and moved quickly to establish a strong defensive perimeter. DevGru and Delta Force teams, who had inserted earlier by stealth helicopter, linked up with them and began the final push toward the underground facility. The assault on Mountain Shadow was fast, violent, and highly coordinated. DevGru operators breached the main entrance with shaped charges while Delta Force cleared the upper levels room by room. Green Berets cut power lines and communication cables. 101st paratroopers secured the high ground and blocked all major access roads. Fierce but short gun battles erupted as urging guards tried to defend the site. But the American forces were too numerous, too well trained, and too well coordinated. Inside the underground complex, the teams discovered exactly what intelligence had warned about: rows of advanced centrifuges, chemical enrichment laboratories, missile warhead assembly areas, and large storage vaults containing restricted materials. DevGru and Delta operators secured the scientists and engineers, while demolition teams planted charges on every critical piece of equipment. The explosions that followed were massive and precise, collapsing tunnels and destroying the heart of Iran's nuclear weapons development program in the region. The 101st Airborne held the perimeter against multiple determined counterattacks. When a large Irq reinforcement column tried to reach the site, paratroopers engaged them with machine guns and mortars, while F-22 Raptors providing overhead cover destroyed the lead vehicles, stopping the convoy cold. The entire raid lasted 49 minutes. All high-value intelligence materials, hard drives, documents, and samples were recovered. Several senior Irgic nuclear scientists and military officers were captured alive. The facility was left in complete ruins, a smoking crater in the mountainside that will take years, if not decades, to rebuild. All U.S. forces extracted safely with 0 casualties. This operation has delivered a devastating setback to Iran's nuclear and missile programs. The destruction of Mountain Shadow removes a critical node in their efforts to develop weapons capable of threatening the Strait of Hormuz. The captured personnel and intelligence are expected to provide game-changing insights into Iran's remaining capabilities and networks. Global markets reacted with immediate relief. Oil prices dropped as fears of a major new escalation eased. Shipping companies have started resuming full operations through the strait, confident that the United States has taken decisive action to protect the waterway. For the Iranian regime, this is a humiliating and strategic disaster. A secret nuclear facility located deep inside their territory was found, assaulted, and destroyed in a single night. The Irgi Sea's sense of security has been shattered. The men who carried out this mission returned quietly to base. No loud celebrations. Just the quiet pride of elite warriors who had executed a near impossible operation with perfection. This joint task force victory changes the game in the Strait of Hormuz. America has shown it can reach anywhere, strike with precision, and dismantle threats before they fully materialize. The skies, the mountains, and the waters are safer tonight because of what these forces accomplished. The message to Iran and the world is unmistakable. The United States will not allow any nation to turn the Strait of Hormuz into a nuclear-armed threat. When American special forces and airborne troops decide to act, they act with overwhelming power and flawless execution. The Strait of Hormuz flows more freely tonight. Tankers sail with greater confidence. Global energy security has been strengthened, and America's elite warriors have once again proven why they are the best in the world. The 7th Fleet, Special Operations Forces, and the 101st Airborne remain on station, vigilant and prepared for whatever comes next. The Strait of Hormuz is safer, stronger, and more secure because the United States chose strength, skill, and decisive action when it mattered most.